Neapolitan Pizza. The Neapolitan Pizza is considered the very first version of modern pizza as we know it today. It was created in the 1700s when bakers in Naples began adding tomatoes, which were newly introduced from the Americas, to flatbread, creating a cheap and filling meal for poor sailors and workers. The most common version is the margherita, which some claim was created in 1889 to honor Queen Margherita of Italy, with toppings representing the colors of the Italian flag. Neapolitan pizza has a protected status granted by the EU and other organizations, which means there are strict rules about what can officially be called Neapolitan pizza. New York-style pizza. When the first pizzeria in the United States was opened in New York by Italian immigrant Gennaro Lombardi, he realized that New Yorkers preferred to eat their pizzas on the go, and created a thinner, bigger, and more foldable version of the Neapolitan, which busy New Yorkers could get for cheap and eat on the go. His pizzas laid the groundwork for the famous New York style, which has a thick and crisp crust along the edges, but softer enough beneath its toppings to create the New York style fold. Roman pizza. Unlike the Neapolitan pizza, Roman pizza isn't officially recognized by international food organizations and doesn't have a strictly agreed upon definition, but typical Roman pizza will come in rectangular slices and usually a thicker base. Another variation is a round Roman pizza with a thin base, mostly served at sit-down restaurants, which is also crispier than a Neapolitan pizza. Chicago deep dish. Invented in the 1940s at Pizzeria Uno in Chicago, a deep dish is baked almost like a cake in a deep, round pan, which gives it tall, buttery crust walls that can hold layers of cheese, meats, and sauce. It was designed to feel more like a hearty meal than a quick snack. Some love it and others say it's more of a casserole than a real pizza. Colorado-style pizza. Colorado pizza or mountain pie is a style made with thick, braided crust, topped with heavy amounts of sauce and cheese. It's often served by the pound, with a side of honey, because after people finish the cheesy part of the pizza, they start treating the leftover crust like a dessert breadstick and dip it in honey. Turkish pizza. Turkish pizza, known locally as lahmacun, is a thin, round flatbread topped with a spiced mixture of minced meat, tomatoes, onions, garlic, herbs, and chili flakes. Unlike Italian pizza, it has no cheese or thick crust. It's closer to a wrap than a slice, but is still called pizza abroad. Locals would never call it pizza. Paneer tikka pizza. Paneer tikka pizza is an Indian-Italian fusion that combines the classic Italian pizza with paneer tikka, a popular North Indian dish. It features cubes of paneer marinated in spiced yogurt and grilled tikka style, then placed on a pizza base with mozzarella cheese and a spicy tomato sauce. This style became popular in the 2000s, when global pizza chains in India began adapting their menus for local tastes. Today, it's one of the country's most popular vegetarian pizzas, often finished with mint chutney or chili flakes for an extra kick. Detroit style. Detroit-style pizza was created in the 1940s at Buddy's Rendezvous in Detroit. Baked in rectangular blue steel pans, originally borrowed from auto factories, it features a thick, airy crust with crispy edges. The pizza is topped upside down, with mozzarella placed directly on the dough so it melts to the edges and creates a caramelized crust. After baking, tomato sauce is added on top. Catalan coca. Coca is often called Spain's version of pizza, but it's a rustic flatbread that comes in both savory and sweet varieties. The most pizza-like version, coca de recapta, comes from Catalonia and is topped with roasted vegetables like eggplant, peppers, and onions, sometimes with anchovies or sausage. It's baked in a wood-fired oven on an olive oil-rich dough, making it thin and slightly crispy. Coca was once a peasant dish made with simple, local ingredients, but today it's known as a regional specialty across Spain. St. Louis style. St. Louis pizza is topped with Provel cheese instead of mozzarella and has a cracker-thin, unleavened crust. It's cut into square slices, often called party cut or tavern cut. The style was popularized in the 60s by the regional chain Imo's Pizza. Greek pizza. Created by Greek immigrants in the United States during the 1950s, Greek pizza is baked in shallow, oiled pans, which gives the crust a thick, soft, and chewy texture with a slightly fried bottom. Unlike thinner styles, the dough is puffy with high edges, and it's topped with mozzarella cheese and oregano-heavy tomato sauce. This style became especially popular in New England, where Greek-owned pizzerias made it a local favorite. California-style pizza. California-style combines New York and Italian thin crust with toppings inspired by California cuisine. It's known for fresh ingredients like goat cheese, arugula, smoked salmon, or barbecue chicken. This style started in the late 1970s with chefs like Wolfgang Puck and later spread nationwide through chains like California Pizza Kitchen. Philadelphia tomato pie. Philadelphia tomato pie is a bakery-style pizza with a thick, focaccia-like crust, topped with a sweet tomato sauce and a sprinkle of grated Romano cheese. It's made without mozzarella and is often eaten at room temperature. The style evolved from the Italian sfincione, brought to Philadelphia by Italian immigrants in the early 1900s. Pizza cones. Pizza cones are a modern twist where the dough is shaped into a cone, baked and filled with sauce, cheese, and toppings. They were designed for portability and became popular in the 2000s, though earlier recipes for pizza cones dating back to the 1980s have also been found. Altuna-style pizza. Created in the city of Altuna, Pennsylvania by the Altuna Hotel, this regional style features a thick Sicilian top dough with tomato sauce, deli-style salami, slices of green bell pepper, and a layer of melted American cheese. The Altuna Hotel burned down in 2013, but the style was carried on by local pizzerias. Sicilian. Traditional Sicilian pizza is often thick-crusted and rectangular, but can also be round and similar to the Neapolitan pizza. Each province in Sicily has its own way of preparing it, but the most common variety is sfincione, which originated in Palermo. In the US, the Sicilian style evolved to include a thicker crust and heavier layers of mozzarella. New Haven Abits. New Haven-style pizza was created in the 1920s in Connecticut. It's a thin-crust, coal-fired variation of Neapolitan pizza that became a signature of pizzerias around New Haven. This style has been highly praised by national food critics and has also gained popularity in the United Kingdom. Argentinian fugasa. Fugasa is a popular type of Argentinian pizza that originated in Buenos Aires. It combines Neapolitan pizza with Italian focaccia bread, featuring a thick focaccia-like crust topped with onions, oregano, and sometimes olives. Some versions also include mozzarella either on top or stuffed between two layers of dough.